Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Saturn Slam review for Battleground 2017. And what a show! What a
Yeah, I'm reporting live on location from this dumpster of a card.
The thing about it though is it's not on fire. It
That was last
should
week.
be a dumpster fire. Authorities have put it out by now. Oh man, this was. I said you'd probably be better off skipping the show, and I didn't not realize just how right I was in that assessment. Definitely gotta. I feel this was without question the worst pay-per-view of the year.
Yeah, just just immensely forgettable, nothing interesting, but with flaws.
Yeah,
You know,
fucking
it's
good.
like a vanilla ice cream cone with a dog turd in the middle. Doesn't taste like much, but when it does, it tastes like crap.
It's like Vanilla Ice's career.
Ha!
Never accomplished much. When it did, you wish it hadn't. Um. So yeah, this was. Congratulations, Vince. You've succeeded in your goal of making SmackDown the worst show.
He's finally done it.
And all it took was running Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal for 3 months.
Just that. What a feud. What a top feud.
But yeah, what a captivating feud this has been. Anyway, so on to this card. Um, Pre-show match was decent. Aiden English beat Ty Dillinger clean in the middle. What was a bit of a surprise. Maybe they're going to push him. Probably not. So I mean, this was a pretty nothing match. It didn't matter too much who won and who lost. Wasn't the main attraction here, but it was significantly better than the main.
Yeah. Everything that you wanted in a match was here. It was solid.
So that led into the best match on the card, which also happened to be the first match on the main card. That was the New Day, uh, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods this time versus the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. And what was a really good match, the New Day get the win, which was
Yeah,
surprising. But hey, if it leads to a rematch at SummerSlam, that's fine by me.
solid, a lot of energy, and with the added bonus of Kofi Kingston's moveset now includes the trust fall.
Yeah, that's a thing. It's a standard move now. But yeah, this match was great. The near fall sequences toward the end were just like something ripped straight out of the G1 climax, New Japan. It was
Mhm.
very, very well put together match. It was nice to see Xavier Woods, wrestle,
Yeah,
not playing his
it was
trombone.
it was truly like enjoyable, just a truly enjoyable match, memorable. You know, there
Yeah,
are really great spots like the kick out of nowhere
yeah, the
from
super kick
outside.
out of nowhere, like truly out of nowhere. This wasn't like you know, the Shawn Michaels on Shelton Benjamin flying nothing into a super kick. This was Xavier Woods going for an elbow, and then Anuso, I don't remember which one, coming from completely out of frame and nailing him with a super kick. I'm like, how did he do that? With A, out killing him, and B, in the proper timing to make it look good.
Beautiful,
Uh,
picturesque moment, Kodak memories.
yeah, that will go down in history. I'm sure that will be in the top gifs collection on Reddit some point in the near future. It was all downhill from there.
Yeah,
Straight down the hill. We had Shinsuke Nakamura versus Baron Corbin in a match that started with them stalling for time, and then got
ended
going
with the DQ.
when Baron Corbin locked Shinsuke Nakamura in a series of bear hugs for what seemed like an hour and a half.
Oh,
Um, And then there was a cool sequence where they were like, you know, trading strikes and like dodging and dipping and ducking in the middle of the ring. And like that was cool. And then the match ended.
yeah. Baron got Hulk mad and hit a low blow, right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it didn't really look like much. It looked like Shinsuke went for the exploder, Baron countered, and I guess it was a low blow.
Yeah. And
Um,
that was it.
that was it. And then they ran the same match Tuesday on SmackDown, and Shinsuke won clean. So like, what even was the point of this match on this pay per view? They got it
None.
backwards. You do the clean finish on the pay per view because it's the blow off, and you do the dirty cheap shit on television.
Right.
TV leads into the pay per
Just
view, not the other way around.
not in this new world of WWE booking.
Yeah, I would say whose bright idea was it, but I know exactly who the crazy motherfucker is.
Oh,
Um,
thanks, SmackDown.
so that led into the fatal five-way elimination match. And I don't know what it is about SmackDown women and elimination matches. They've had a lot of these. Like, one would argue
Yeah.
too many. Um, but like every time they never eliminate anyone until like the last minute, and then they eliminate how many other people there are. Like bing, 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 bing. I'm like, you can pace these. It's fine. Uh,
Right. And they don't build the match to like support it.
no,
Bunch of like one-on-one stuff in the ring with maybe then tumbles down.
just nonsense, and it just all is all over the place. This match was particularly bad because Lana is greener than goose shit and should not be wrestling on pay per view. Oh my god, so so bad was her performance here. I
Yep.
cannot say one positive thing about it. And then you have Tamina, who is tall, but that's about all she's got going for her. Not a gifted athlete in the ring. Anyway, and these two
Yep.
had the heat for most of the match. Most of the match, it was them working together, working over people, and then like you had a few brief moments where the people who can actually wrestle did so, and it boiled down to Natalia and Charlotte. And for some reason that I've yet to decipher, Natalia beat Charlotte here and is going to wrestle Naomi at SummerSlam. So
Yep.
that's your second biggest match of the SmackDown Women's calendar right there.
Yep. That's your headliner women's match.
What a
Naomi, Natalia.
Oh my god, I can't wait for these promos. They're going to be just a masterclass and awful. Two two charisma vacuums trying to sell a program.
Yeah, I know it. And we also got treated to Naomi's commentary
Oh yes,
over.
just lovely and insightful at all times. And she's a nice girl, but
Yes.
I don't think that she should really be commentating, especially when her promo game is weak to begin with. Although
Yeah.
thankfully she was smart and didn't try to overextend herself,
Right.
do anything too. Uh, she didn't talk too much, and you know
No
what?
inane commentary.
Yeah, no,
You know,
just she wasn't talking about pandas at the Toronto Zoo.
forever
Um,
our benchmark for terrible commentary.
Forever and always. So yeah, I've read that the reason that they're holding off on giving the belt to Charlotte is because they're not sure if she's a face or a heel yet. They're still deciding.
You
Which
guys can
begs
do that at any point.
which begs the question: why didn't they put the briefcase on her and have that booking flexibility and give them time to figure it out? I don't know. I'm predicting that either depending upon I don't see Natalia beating Naomi at SummerSlam. So either Charlotte's a face and she's going to wrestle Carmella after she cashes in on Naomi, or Charlotte is a heel and will wrestle Naomi following SummerSlam.
That that's I guess that's a good salvage considering.
Either way, I see that belt going on her in the next couple months.
Yeah.
which led us to Kevin Owens and AJ Styles for the U.S. Championship. What the hell happened at the end of this match?
I don't even remember. Like,
It looked
I
like a
just
botch finish because like AJ just like he had him, Kevin had him in a crucifix pin, and then he just didn't kick out. Like I don't know if there was
whoops.
supposed to be like whatever they wanted to get across with that finish, they certainly did not. So Kevin Owens wins the belt back from AJ Styles, only to lose the belt back to AJ Styles on Tuesday.
It's
So
just they're
this
trying to erase
whole
this PPV
this
from
whole
the
pay
whole
per
line.
view was just a massive waste of time. But Chris Jericho's back, so there's that.
It's true.
Um,
Yeah.
but no, he didn't return on this pay per view. No, that would have been exciting. Uh, that he returned
Can't have that.
unannounced on SmackDown.
Yeah. No, they
They
had to save all their hype for the Punjabi prison.
we'll get to that. um, so this match was like far worse than any of the matches they've had together. Um, didn't really do much for me, and then the ending was a mistake,
Underwhelming.
which led to the classic flag match between John Cena and Rusev. Now, I don't have a large barometer when it comes to flag matches. Like, I don't know if, as far as flag matches go, if this was any good or any bad. But if this was a good flag match, they should never do a flag match ever again.
Yeah, for me, this was if you want a masterclass in both why flag matches are terrible and why John Cena is terrible, go watch this because he's John Cena gets to be terrible in a flag match. You'll get
Yeah.
to see such amazing moves as John Cena throwing a punch a full 3 inches in front of Rusev's face and having having to sell it.
Oh, poor. And of course, the end when he's in the accolade for the second time, mind you, and then he just powers up and carries Rusev up the fucking thing, like walks 8 feet faster, mind you, than he could walk when carrying just the flag, not this 315-pound Bulgarian man.
Yeah, no, the flags are made of like depleted uranium rods.
They have to be. That's
Just
the only explanation. Um, and and he gives him the fu through two tables that Rusev had set up. Um, so like this was literally every match that John Cena had in 2007.
like that's I think it's just the stock canned match that they have when it's just like I don't know what to do. Let's do this sort of stuff
Like
because he's back
honestly,
from
this
Super
pay
Camp
per
Cena.
view was so surreal because you had Randy Orton in the main event in a Punjabi prison match, which the Great Khali was involved in. You had John Cena going over a foreign heel with a ridiculous AA or FU, whatever you want to call it. I'm like, is this 2007 again? Did I get transported through time? What year is it?
Yes, this just mind-boggling, mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Sort of like this next match. I don't know. This one was kind of a
Yeah, Sami
nothing
Zayn
match.
wrestled Mike Canales with Maria at ringside. And he got his win back from SmackDown, so, good old 50-50 booking strikes again. There wasn't much to this match. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. It was just there. But it's nice to see Sami Zayn get a win on pay-per-view. It sure has been a while. This,
A little quiet diamond in the rough. They had to give in something. They could make a completely terrible card.
I think, other than, and this is probably completely wrong, but I'm going to say this anyway. I think other than his win over Braun Strowman, this is his first pay-per-view singles match victory since Battleground last year. Um,
Yikes!
I think that's true. I'm not entirely certain. It feels true.
Yeah,
And then we have the Punjabi prison match. And oh boy, HD does not make the visibility any better.
Who was surprised? Who was surprised that this match was going to be just as bad as we had predicted?
So,
Like,
well, I mean, I will say this is probably the greatest Punjabi prison match of all time.
I will say that isn't saying much.
No, it's not at all. Like this is still a garbage stipulation, and even the greatest ever is still a garbage match. This match was 27 minutes long, and there was like 5 minutes of action that they stretched out in that whole 27 minutes. There were like three big spots. Uh, Randy Orton wins Dumbass of the Week for not going through the door when he had the chance, instead going back to RKO Tinder when he
Yep.
was already down and could just walk through the door. And then he won it again when he climbed over the inner cage and went over to the outer cage and was higher up than Jinder. He had to climb down to meet Jinder.
Oh, just everything. Like, yeah, the first portion of the match is always it's just slow
Yeah.
and you have to wait it out. It's like a pre-waiting period before the real match can start.
Yeah. When they got to the outside, they started, brawling and stuff, and they were going and going and going. And then the Singh brothers got involved. I think they were under the ring. I didn't see exactly where they came in, but I'm pretty sure they were under the ring. And then, my God, Randy needs to buy these two like a car for all the shit they've done for him. Man, he has killed these fuckers.
Yeah.
Especially the one. So like the one Singh brother, like Randy's on the outside of the cage. He's trying to come down. Or maybe he's not on the outside. He's climbing up. The Singh brother slips through the spacing. And as he slips through the spacing, I look at it and go, Randy Orton could totally fit through those bars also.
Yeah. And that's a prophecy right there. It's a little foreshadowing.
It should have. He should have slithered out like a snake. He's the Viper, right? That's his whole gimmick.
Oh, that would have been fantastic.
Um, but anyway, like the Singh brother climbs up and he's trying to stop Randy, and Randy just like shoves this fucker through the announce table. And I don't
Yeah.
think that was a
I'm glad that
gimmicked announce table. That was one hell of a bump. They must have been 16 feet up at that point.
Shane McMahon's pedagogical falling from a high place onto the announcer's table technique has been improved here.
I think this was worse than Shane's, though. I mean, Shane may have been higher up, but at least he had a giant beanbag under the announce table that was totally obvious when he fell through it. Uh, there was no such beanbag here. Like, he just went through. That probably sucked. I mean, it's better than if the table weren't there, because the table at least broke his fall. But
Yeah.
that couldn't have been good. Like, this guy, if this is the same poor bastard that he like tossed 50 feet in the air at Backlash and he came right down on his head on the announce table, he needs like 8 months off of television. He's he has
That
taken a
needs a
year's worth
promotion.
of bumps in 3 months. Um.
Oh, jeez.
So anyway, they
And
keep
then,
brawling, and then Jinder Mahal's music hits again, and out comes the Great Khali. The Madmen. The Madmen actually brought back the Great Khali for some illogical reason. He managed to
yeah, Kurt,
not. He
Kurt and I
managed.
have been,
Yeah,
sorry,
go
yeah,
ahead.
Kurt and I have been arguing, like, no matter who wins, whoever gets the finish in the match, no one will win. But we were wrong.
We were very much wrong. So he comes down. He manages to walk down the ramp, which was impressive enough as it is. Uh, and then not only does he walk down the ramp, he manages to climb up the Punjabi prison. Like not a small amount. I was hella impressed. And then he
Yeah,
just like grabs Randy by his neck because that's about all the mobility he had left for the night. And then
yeah.
Randy like passes out as Jinder climbs over and retains. So
Well,
and
you
still,
forgot. You forgot that the great Khali pulled Randy through the bars at one point.
oh yeah, he was.
Like,
So yeah, Randy's
he
at the
did
top of
go.
the cage. Great Khali comes over and he starts shaking the cage. And I'm like, oh dear. And I know Randy probably practiced and he like did what he wanted to do up there, but that's still like a 250-pound man, very high up on a very unstable platform at that point in time. It was pretty scary. So he like slips down, he
Yeah.
climbs down a little bit, so Kali only has to go up like 2 or 3 rungs to reach him. And he reaches him, and he like as he's choking him, he pulls him through the bar like 30%, and then realizes, oh wait, and like lets go a little
Yeah.
bit as Ginger climbs away. And
Supposed
at
to be
the end of the
penetrable.
match, he also forgot how tall he was, and when he went to like raise Ginger's belt with him, he was like a good foot above Ginger. So I'm like, oh no, they put the belt back on Kali. So I
Oh,
I think we could see. I don't know if they brought him back. I'm pretty sure they didn't just bring him back for a one-off, but I have a bad feeling that SummerSlam there will be no WWE title. Wait no that's not what's happening. Okay, so there is going to be a WWE title match at Summer because I remember thinking
yes.
this. I'm like, are they going to do some sort of tag match with Jinder and Khali versus Randy Orton? I don't know, John Cena.
I was gonna say Brock Lesnar, just so you'd have big boys
Brock
slapping meat.
Lesnar. Brock Lesnar has to wrestle Big Boy Strowman and Roman and Joe. There's no small
He's
men
got.
in that match. There's um,
Oh,
but yeah. So on SmackDown, there's going to be a match between John Cena and Shinsuke Nakamura on free TV.
yeah.
Just throw that away for number one contender to the title. So I don't know who's winning that. I would like to see Nakamura win and then win the title. But if John Cena wins, there's no shot that he's winning the title. Well, it depends. If the plan truly is for him to win the Universal title at WrestleMania, he's not going to win a world title until WrestleMania. If that's not the plan, I can easily see them doing big number 17 at SummerSlam because it's the biggest show of the year. Um, and at this point, I am willing to accept a John Cena title reign if it means the end of Jinder Mahal. If it means finally hindering the Jinder, I will accept John Cena as WWE champion. And those words burn just coming out of my mouth.
Yeah, that's when you turn to like your most hated enemy, and you're like, we need to make an alliance.
Yeah, this is like Thor and Loki in the Dark World teaming up uh, the greater good. Um, So the greater good was not this show. The show was in fact awful. Don't go back and watch it. Watch the tag match. That's it. Um,
Yep.
Turn off. Go do something else. Don't waste your 3 hours like we did. And then we don't have any pay-per-views for a while. Not until SummerSlam, which is at the end of August. So we get to rest and relax for a bit. We
Yeah, the
will.
writing team can actually do some writing.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on it. But yeah, that's going to do it for us. We will be back with SummerSlam nonsense predictions. That's the word. And then SummerSlam review when that's all done, and then back to this crazy 2 pay-per-view a month bullshit. So we'll
Oh.
see you for SummerSlam.